Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 2017 Mrs. International Pageant. And now, let's meet your hosts. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Kyle Henry.
And I'm Rebecca Negretti.
And we are delighted to be the host for this year's 2017 Mrs. International Pageant.
Tonight we're going to be joined by 64 amazing women from all across the world as they vie for the title of Mrs. International 2017.
Each of our delegates is just as beautiful on the inside as they are out.
And I think it's time to meet them now.
Please welcome your pageant singer, Janelle Arthur, and all of your 2017 Mrs. International delegates.
Put your favorite heels on, cause they make you feel strong. When you're looking good, you know you're gonna have a good time. Don't forget mascara, and they keep your head up like Madonna would, wearing lipstick redder than wine. So let's go, move your bumper and wine slow. Show them that you can shine glow. You got the light now, you got the light now. All my girls, raise your hands if you got you a man. 'Cause you're more than good enough. You gotta warm it up, warm it up. My girls will show you. Just make them remember you. This one's for all my girls. My girls who warm it up, warm it up. 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 When you wear your hair down, it's like you're wearing a crown. Wear to the crowd, give a wink, 'cause you know that you're fine. So let's go, move your bumper and wine slow. Show them that you can shine glow. You got the light now, you got the light now. Let's go, move your bumper and wine slow. Show them that you can shine glow. You got the light now, you got the light now. All my girls, raise your hands if you got you a man. 'Cause you're more than good enough. You gotta warm it up, warm it up. My girls will show the groove. Just make them remember you. This one's for all my girls. My girls who warm it up, warm it up. Warm it up, warm it up. Warm it up, warm it up. Warm it up, warm it up.
All my girls, raise your hand if you don't need a man.
Oh, warm it up.
No matter what you've been through,
Raise your hands.
remember you.
Need a man. Oh, move your bumper and wine slow. Show them that you can shine glow. 'Cause you got the light now. Hey, let's go. Move your bumper and wine slow. Show them that you can shine glow. 'Cause you got the light now. You got the light now. All my girls, raise your hands if you got you a man. 'Cause you're more than good enough. You gotta warm it up. My girls will show you. Just make them remember you. This one's for all my girls. My girls who warm it up, warm it up. Warm it up, warm it up. Warm it up, warm it up. This one's for all my girls. My girls who warm it up, warm it up. Warm it up, warm it up. Warm it up, warm it up. This one's for all my girls. My girls who warm it up, warm it up.
And now, let's meet your 2017 Mrs. International delegates.
Judy Leger, Mrs. Haiti International.
Caitlin Patel, Mrs. New York International.
Angelique Ashton, Mrs. Washington International. Layla Swaney McDougall, Mrs. Australia International.
Jennifer Sackett, Mrs. Wisconsin International.
Megumi Zushi, Mrs. Japan International.
Naomi Gibbs, Mrs. Idaho International.
Isla Ahmed, Mrs. South Asia International.
Parker Sanchez, Mrs. New Jersey International. Tiffany Jewel Borsheim, Mrs. Virginia International.
Kristen Ledyard, Mrs. Montana International.
Neetu Prabhakar, Mrs. India International.
Kelly Robbins, Mrs. East Coast International.
Ashley Gann, Mrs. Alabama International.
Yana Lutska, Mrs. Ukraine International. Melissa Parker, Mrs. Southeast International.
Breezy Morrison, Mrs. New Mexico International. Kim Gentry Meyer, Mrs. Connecticut International. Lisa Shannon, Mrs. South Dakota International.
Vinoma Colum Hawcroft, Mrs. United Kingdom International. Pragya Sen, Mrs. Asia Pacific International. Noneka Betska, Mrs. Russia International.
Charity Courtney, Mrs. Oregon International.
Sarah Dukart, Mrs. Great Plains International.
Mrs. Delaware International, Gretchen Eisenberg. Jessica Pierre, Mrs. Hawaii International.
Mona Roxa Stark, Mrs. Philippines International.
Trisha Dowdy, Mrs. Wyoming International.
Annie Durrani, Mrs. Pakistan International.
Mrs. Southern States International, Spring Gray. Lori Mendoza, Mrs. Nevada International.
Monica Skyling Matson, Mrs. Illinois International.
Tessa Hurd, Mrs. Central States International. Lori Ballum, Mrs. Great Lakes International. Allison Chanel, Mrs. South Carolina International. Leanne Martinelli, Mrs. Vermont International. Melanie Cáceres, Mrs. Georgia International.
Brandy Bowers, Mrs. Oklahoma International.
Teresa Ortega, Mrs. Kansas International. Brianna Williams, Mrs. West Virginia International.
Lindsay Clausen, Mrs. Texas International.
Amanda Lever, Mrs. Pennsylvania International. Nancy Larson, Mrs. Sweden International.
Shayna Smith, Mrs. Tennessee International.
Netmi Vikramabahu, Mrs. Sri Lanka International.
Helen France Meister, Mrs. District of Columbia International.
Veronica Shaw, Mrs. Asia International. Andrea Brower, Mrs. Arizona International.
Lindsay Wright, Mrs. Arkansas International.
Terry Grouthouse, Mrs. Ohio International.
Renee Adams, Mrs. Maine International.
Laurie Long, Mrs. California International. Vida Hargrid, Mrs. Florida International.
Stephanie Welter, Mrs. Minnesota International.
Dr. Michelle Aurelius, Mrs. North Carolina International.
Beverly Chexi, Mrs. Ghana International.
And there they are, ladies and gentlemen, all of your 2017 Mrs. International delegates. How about a hand for them all? Yeah. Well, it is hard to believe that our exciting week here in Charleston has reached its finale.
And what a week this has been for these delegates. There have been appearances, rehearsals, dinners, and of course, one of the best parts of being here is making lots of new friends from all over the globe.
And let's discuss those rehearsals for a minute. Working on that opening number, long hours perfecting the patterns for competition, learning the show, and preparing for this big night.
Speaking of that opening number, our pageant singer this year is the incredible Janelle Arthur. And if you joined us last night, then you already know that she is starring in an upcoming movie called Take Two for Faith.
And that she also wrote and recorded several of the songs from its soundtrack.
So how about another big round of applause for Janelle Arthur?
We'll be hearing more from her throughout the evening. What a great start to this grand finale.
And it's a finale that has some of the world's most accomplished married women competing for the title of Mrs. International 2017. So let them hear you as we welcome back to the stage all of our 2017 Mrs. International delegates. Welcome back to the stage, ladies. You all look so beautiful, very calm, very collected, but I have no doubt that there's a few nerves going on out there.
Well, let's put some of those nerves to rest by getting to work and giving out our first award of the evening. And that award is the 2017 Photogenic Award winner.
Now, this award is determined by our judges, and it goes to the contestant whose candid photographs during the orientation and rehearsal process reveal the most character, spirit, and personal style. And now it's award time.
The votes have been placed, the results tallied, and we have our winner and our very first award of the night. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2017 Photogenic Award winner is Mrs. Texas International, Lindsay Clausen.
Congratulations, Lindsay. I love that we get to start out the evening by giving out an award.
It really is a great way to start things off. And speaking of awards, did you know that our winner this evening will have her crowning photo shown on the Jumbotron in Times Square in New York City and also in Las Vegas? Isn't that exciting?
That is truly exciting. How fun. Right now, we're going to take the next step in finding out who that winner is going to be. So ladies, as you know, there will be 15 of you continuing on in tonight's finals competition. But all of you, individually and as a group, you have been amazing and incredible examples of what the Mrs. International pageants represent.
You are so right, Rebecca. Let's give all these ladies one more sincere round of applause. Each and every one of them deserves it. And now it's time to ask my favorite question.
Ooh. Judges, may we have the envelope, please? Remember, ladies, the order in which these names are announced is completely random, but that the order does establish new delegate numbers for the first half of tonight's finals competition.
Best of luck to you all. Beginning with top 15 finalist number 1. Top 15 finalist number 1 is Mrs. Nevada International, Laurie Mendoza.
Top 15 finalist number 2, Melanie Caceres, Mrs. Georgia International.
Top 15 finalist number 3, Tiffany Borsheim, Mrs. Virginia International.
Top 15 finalist number 4, Vida Hargret, Mrs. Florida International.
Top 15 finalist number 5, Mrs. Southeast International, Melissa Parker.
Top 15 finalist number 6, Mrs. Pennsylvania International, Amanda Lieber.
Top 15 finalist number 7, Andrea Brower, Mrs. Arizona International.
Top 15 finalist number 8, Ashley Ray Klinger, Mrs. Midwest International.
The top 15 finalist number 9, Mrs. Idaho International, Naomi Gibbs.
Top 15 finalist number 10, Shayna Smith, Mrs. Tennessee International.
Top 15 finalist number 11, Mrs. California International, Laurie Long.
Top 15 finalist number 12, Mrs. Michigan International, Melissa Pozza.
Top 15 finalist number 13, Mrs. Minnesota International, Stephanie Welter.
Top 15 finalist number 14, Ashley Gann, Mrs. Alabama International.
And top 15 finalist number 15, Lindsay Wright, Mrs. Arkansas International. There they are, ladies and gentlemen, our Mrs. International 2017 top 15 finalists.
However, this is another special year. We're not quite done yet. Because for the second year in a row, you, the friends, the family, and the fans of the Mrs. International pageant system have had the opportunity to vote for the People's Choice Award winner.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. For the past month or so, you've had the chance to vote someone into the finals competition through the online voting process.
So tonight, by your votes, we have a 16th finalist. And our finalist number 16 is Mrs. Haiti International, Judy Leger.
There they are, ladies and gentlemen, our Mrs. International 2017 top 16 finalists. Congratulations, ladies. Well, that was nerve-wracking and exciting all at the same time, and there's someone else with us this evening that knows those feelings all too well.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage the beautiful Mrs. International 2016, Priscilla Pruitt. Good evening, Priscilla. Last night we had the opportunity to hear some of the things you were able to do with Go Red for Women. If you could share with us a few more things that you were able to do this year with the American Heart Association.
Definitely. Like I said, I was able to visit from Florida to New York to California, Texas, all over the world, all over the U.S., raising awareness of American heart and heart disease, the #1 killer in women. So I was able to attend the largest heart walk in the U.S. where 50,000 people, yeah, get that, 50,000 people walk across that start line in Dallas, Texas. And then I was also able to be the keynote speaker at several luncheons, and of course, my favorite, attend the Macy's Red Dress event in New York City for Fashion Week and walk the red carpet among the stars. So it's been an incredible journey.
Definitely sounds like it. Now, you had something happen this week that was very, very exciting for you. Some of us had a chance to see a little reveal, but share to the audience what happened this week. And it's also in regards to promoting your platform as well.
Definitely. I'm really excited about this one. So I released my first book in a series of children's books that talks about bullying, and it's called Billy the Bully, Choose Love. And so it really teaches kids to have a heart of compassion. It teaches them that labels like bully sometimes aren't always correct. And it also teaches them that hurting people hurt other people. And it's extra special to me because I dedicated it to one of my girls because her brother, her twin brother, committed suicide as a result of bullying, so I dedicated it in his honor. And 10% of all the proceeds goes to Safe Haven baby boxes. So what once took life is now going to save lives.
That is beautiful, Priscilla, and you have just been an exemplary example of everything that Mrs. International stands for. We're going to see Priscilla a little bit later on in the show.
That's Mrs. International 2016, Priscilla Pruitt. We're about to introduce you to some very important people here tonight, but before we do, we wanted to take a second to remind you of something very near and dear to the Mrs. International organization.
If you were with us here last night, then you got to hear some of the great information on the American Heart Association's program, Go Red for Women. It's an incredible organization that is literally helping to save lives all around the world. And this evening, we would like to remind everyone to visit their website to learn more about the important work that they do.
So the next time you're surfing the internet, check out goredforwomen.org. I don't think there could be a better partnership. Go Red for Women and Mrs. International Pageant, two incredible organizations making a difference in women's lives all over the planet.
It's time to introduce you to a group of people that will be making a huge difference in one particular lady's life later tonight. And they, of course, are our judges. So let's meet each one of these gracious people.
Our first judge is Sarah Bolliard. Sarah is the executive director of the American Heart Association for West Virginia. She joined the AHA in 2011 after several years in the pharmaceutical sales industry. Currently, she leads the development team and is responsible for statewide fundraising and event management. The results of these efforts provide life-saving funds and education to those in West Virginia suffering from the #1 killer in America, heart disease. Sarah is a graduate of West Virginia University with a bachelor's degree in public relations. She was also a member of Delta Gamma sorority, where she volunteered and raised awareness for blind and visually impaired children. Sarah and her husband Brian just welcomed a new baby boy into their family and reside in Charleston, West Virginia, where they have been active in the community for many years. That is our first judge, Sarah Bulliard.
Our next judge is Eric Bates. Eric started his career in the hospitality industry when he was just 15 years old as a bellman and banquet houseman. After high school, he enrolled in the culinary arts program at Joliet Junior College, where he earned his associate's degree before advancing to the University of Wisconsin-Stout, where he graduated cum laude with his bachelor's degree in hospitality and restaurant management. Eric currently serves as general manager of the iconic Chicago Marriott Lincolnshire Resort in Lincolnshire, Illinois, and as regional director of operations for the Brighton Group of Mount Prospect, Illinois. He is an eager volunteer and remains active in community efforts from public safety to education, serving on several boards of directors. When he's not working, Eric enjoys outdoor activities like scuba diving, kayaking, hiking, and biking near the rural Wisconsin home he shares with his family. That is our second judge, Eric Bates.
Our third judge is Rachel Thaxton. Rachel is the program director of Recovery Point Charleston, a program that offers long-term residential recovery for women suffering from substance use disorders. She is a 2007 graduate of West Virginia University with an MA in education and a BA in multidisciplinary skills. Rachel is in long-term recovery from substance use and uses her knowledge and experience to fuel her passion for women's recovery. Rachel was born and raised in St. Albans, West Virginia, and currently resides there with her 2 children. Her daughter, Emma, is 3 years old, and her son, Kit, is 6. She spends her free time exercising, reading, and enjoying as much time as possible with her children and family. That's our third judge, Rachel Thaxton.
Our next judge is Craig White. Craig was drafted by the Los Angeles Dodgers in 1989 and graduated from Slippery Rock University in 1992 with a bachelor's degree in physical education with a sports management emphasis. He was a certified Schwinn spinning and Star Trek precision cycling instructor. Craig is the general manager of Grandview Park in Moundsville, West Virginia, where he has been the recipient of the 2016 Dr. David Ely Community Service Award by the Marshall County Chamber of Commerce. He's also currently the executive director of the Greater Moundsville Convention and Visitors Bureau. After his baseball career, he was inducted into the Union Printers International Baseball League Hall of Fame in 2005, Bethel Park Senior High School Hall of Fame in 2009, Slippery Rock University Hall of Fame in 2010, and National Semi-Pro Baseball Hall of Fame in 2016. Craig lives in West Alexander, Pennsylvania with his wife, Carrie, of 15 years. That is our fourth judge, Craig White.